I'm on day 8 of being quarantined for COVID, and the bad symptoms have gone away, and so I had to get out of the house. I'm gonna sleep in my truck for a few days and do some simple fishing. Pretty tired still, so I'm not gonna do a whole lot of walking. The sooner I get out of the house, the sooner things can go back to normal there. Kids can go to school. My goal in this spot here though, I'd like to show you, by simple fishing, I'd like to show you how to catch whitefish in the springtime in the rivers. The mountain whitefish, a native fish to Idaho, very underfished, underappreciated probably, but they're delicious. Bait of choice today, very simple. For whitefish, they have a very small mouth, small hook, small split shot, about 12 to 16 inches up, and we're gonna float little pieces of worm, try to catch a few for dinner, and then go get some rest, because that's what the doctor said to do, and my wife. A little fish, I think. Trout, nothing too big. There he is, 15.5 inch rainbow. Don't be a trout. Don't be a trout. Are you what we... And there he is. Exactly what we wanted. 14 inches. There he is. Right there. Right where he's supposed to be. Maybe about 13 inches. And there they are, mountain whitefish, just where we thought they'd be. Such a small mouth. You look like you're gonna be dinner. Go bonk this one in the head and cut my hook out. Okay, maybe you've seen some of our older videos where I take my AquaVu Michael Revolution Pro and I attach it to a 24-foot painter's pole. And from there, I can extend it into the river and give you a picture of what those whitefish are doing. You can kind of see them, you can see them in real time. It's always cool to see what's down there lurking beneath the surface. The camera goes right there, and then we can extend the pole. Get it right side up before we put it underneath. Smaller one here. I'll let you go, pal. I think we could catch them in this spot all day, but it's so windy. If you're like me, you don't want to watch a YouTube video with a bunch of wind noise in the background. So I'm gonna wait to see if it calms down a little bit. Go back to camp, probably cook up my whitefish. See if it does lay down a bit, maybe we can fish right at dark. So incredible jump. Wow. I mean, he's not a huge fish. It's a nice fish. Look at that thing. That thing is getting serious air. I mean, he could be close. I bet he's 18 and a half. Just a big, fat rainbow. Oh, well, maybe not. I bet you that one's closer to 20. Look at that fish. Big old rainbow. 19 inches. There it is. I know the sun's on my back, but okay, looks like we got dinner here. Alright, with whitefish, specifically whitefish, if you can't clean them right away, they do get mushy. More than your typical trout or perch or something like that. But if you can clean them right away, they're usually pretty good. And what we're going to do is fillet this. Guys love them smoked, but we're gonna fillet it. We're going to cut right along the back with the tip of the knife hitting the rib cage, like you would fillet just about anything else. Then you'll feel when you get past the ribs and you go all the way through. Like that. And from there down the tail. And usually I'll leave that attached, makes it easier for skinning. Now I'm just going to run the tip of my knife along the rib cage. You can hear it. Cut through that Y bone. So here you see ribs, no meat, nothing on the back. So run that knife all the way down the length of the fish. And then you can flip the fillet out like that away from the fish. And then you can take the skin off. Really easy. There you have it, big, beautiful fillet. We're not quite done yet. We got to take this Y bone out right here, which you can feel it runs the length of the fish to about halfway, about right, just past halfway. And so, some people leave them in. I personally like to take them out. If you're smoking them, obviously you can leave it in there. Side, especially when I'm cooking for my wife and kids, makes a difference when everything's boneless. Okay, there we have it. 2 fillets. Boneless, that's enough for me tonight. We'll go rinse everything off in the river, and then we'll be back to eat it later tonight. A little bit of olive oil. And then this concoction, it's got an Old Bay base, a little garlic, salt, pepper, and crushed red pepper. Can't smell it. Doesn't really matter what it is. I'm going to heat up the olive oil. I'm going to put a little bit of the seasoning in first. Get that all stirred around. I don't want it to burn though. Find my utensils before things get too crazy. Actually, my fork is going to be all I need. 2 Whitefish fillets. I mean, I know I can't taste it, but I'm just sensing that it's really good. It sounds tasty. Now, you don't overcook fish. The mistake here would be to walk away and assume that this is going to take even 10 minutes. We're going to do like 3 minutes on each side, and it should be flaky, fully apart. This one here is ready. Show you. Things start to flake apart like that. Done. Now, I've had whitefish a bunch before, so I know it's gonna be good, but it's a excellent table fare alternative to trout. I can just tell it's good. I can just tell it's good. Trust me on this. All right. Thank you, Lord, for another day to live, for a chance to catch some fish, quarantine in the beautiful mountains. It's good to be alive. Good to be alive. I'll tell you, I'm gonna finish eating, make my bed, get some sleep. So we have a big swooping bend right here, and this outside edge is the deep, faster moving current where the trout normally are. We get to this log right here, and the river actually doesn't get any much wider, but the deeper pool comes out like this, more than just right along the edge there. And so there's a little bit slower moving current right here, and that's where we're gonna find the whitefish. They could be anywhere throughout here, but we'll probably catch more trout out there towards the edge, more whitefish right here. Okay, yesterday was so windy. I tried to make a whitefish video, and yeah, I don't like watching videos that are windy, so I don't want to put you through it. We'll see. Maybe some of it's useful. I know I can catch some whitefish here, so this is going to be part 2. You'll see from the underwater video from yesterday that most of the whitefish, well, all the whitefish that we saw were right in the bottom. So if you don't feel your weight balancing bottom, then you might be too high. You might miss out on some of the whitefish because they're just with that shovel nose kind of digging around in the sand right here. Right there. Right on the edge of the strong current. There's our mountain whitefish. These are really a great size for eating. 13 and a half, 13 3/4. There he is. I mean, who couldn't love a mouth like that, huh? Now typically where there's one, there's a bunch. When the water's low like this, so I keep my finger on my line right here. Right there, I can feel them hitting it. Nice one. Seems quite a bit, maybe a little bigger. They are a strong fighting fish. Tell you what, if your kids were here, they'd be having fun too. Oh, 15. That's a nice whitefish. Oh, that'd be a really nice eater right there. Almost 14. Fun, fun. Once you're in a school, it's like this. You could do this all day. It's like 4 or 5 we landed, lost a couple in a matter of about 10 minutes. All of them are between 13 to 15 inches. Hard fighting. Delicious table fare. There you go. Do this all day. Mountain whitefish, Idaho native species. It really is a blast to get out and catch a few. Best time that I found is winter and spring before the water gets too high. You really can walk up and down the river and hit pools like this for as long as you wanted to go and catch as many as you wanted to. Bring some home to eat, bring some for the smoker, give some to your neighbors. Seems bigger. Pour them out, just like that. That's not a whitefish. And you do get those mixed in while you're fishing for whitefish though, because these guys are all over. It's a nice fish. Get you back out there.